Dawson's Rambles.
Hey YouTube, Dawson Ryder here with the last little bit of news to come out of today's Fan First Friday. This is probably the least exciting news because it was just basically reconfirmation of news we already got. Basically an official, physical look at figures that were announced during Hasbro PulseCon. So, it wasn't anything new news, there was no new figures announced or anything like that. And pre-orders are either going to be up or are already up by the time this is recorded, depending on when this comes out. But of course, even though all they had to show was just these official images, the fandom had to scoop them like an hour before. Anyway, we got official physical looks at the two Versus packs and the two first figures in the Villain Monster line. So for the first figure packs, we have A-Squad Blue Ranger and Sky SPD Blue Ranger, which I think look really good. I have some little nitpicks here and there about some of these looks on all of them, but for the most part, this was one of the first sort of waves of physical looks where I don't have any drastical nitpicks that I can think of. Unless I'm really looking for it, it's not like one of those where I'm like, oh yeah, that looks really weird, or like Omegas when they have the shots where it was like this and it looked really funny. So this is one of the first ones where I feel like across the board they just look pretty solid. I think Sky's looks good, I think the head sculpt, the human sculpt looks good, I think the helmet sculpt looks accurate, I think A-Squad Blue looks really cool, I think it's really cool we're getting that in general. And then, of course, the other one is Andros and Astronema. If I was being nitpicky, it feels like the helmet looks a little big, but again, for the most part, I think it looks really good. I think Astronema looks really good. I think the head looks pretty accurate. We kind of got the classic original wig. We'll see later if they try to include some ones later on. It would be pretty cool if somehow, it would actually make sense if they later do a Lost Galaxy pink with her head. I would buy that, an exclusive Corone Lost Galaxy pink that comes with Corone's head and then maybe an extra Astronema head. They almost should have used this one because I believe that was the one, this hairstyle was the one they used for the over thing in Super Mega Force. But I hope we do get some more ones later in some form. I think that would be pretty cool. But I think these look really cool. I'm really excited for both of these again because I love SPD. I think it's cool we're getting A-Squad. It's kind of more of an obscure one to do for us. It's not a slam dunk for the wider audience, but it's a nice one for us. And I love In Space, two of my favorite characters, so I'm excited for that. Then you have the villain ones, which I'm not as excited about outside of Pumpkin Wrapper, because again, I'm not as enthused about regular villains as a lot of people. But I want to give them props, and I'll show some pictures of the way they showed it on the show, outside of the promo images, because you can see their size. They talked about during Hasbro PulseCon how they're upscaled to be sort of in scale with the show and be bigger than the Rangers like it would be when they're fighting them. And you can see from her holding them that they look bigger, and I think that's really cool. I really appreciate that they wanted to do that. I think that's neat. I think they both look good. Pumpkin Wrapper's sketched face looks a little bit blank, it looks like there could be a little more shadow details or something to it, but I think the general molds look good, and I really like the way that the larger size looks with them. I think it looks pretty cool. And again, the pre-orders will be up, or will be up soon as of this recording, but I think they all look really good. I'm looking forward to them. Again, one of the first waves of information where I don't have too many huge problems with them, and I'm just looking forward to getting my hands on them. But what do you guys think of the first physical looks of these? Let me know in the comments as always. Until next time, like, comment, subscribe, and climb the steps and ring that bell so you can just for my videos. Dawson Ryder, signing out.